Hello, welcome back to Abe Clark's World. Today's show is a special show for me. I have a good friend of mine named Grady Harrell, and we both are Soul Train alumni. And that's what this show is going to be about. We are going to connect and talk about his career. All right, let's get into it.
You've entered my world. Don't be afraid to let go. 'Cause here we do the most. In 3, 2, 1, let's go.
How you doing, Grady?
I can't complain, man. It's good to see you again. It's always good seeing you when I see you online doing your thing. I'm so proud of you, man,
Oh,
and
thank you.
what you've accomplished. And I'm just happy to be here, finally doing what we've been planning. And I just drove out from Vegas, as you know, because I got a show tomorrow in Palm Springs. But it's finally good to be talking to you.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, Grady, tell me something. I know when you started in your career, like when you were young, did you know that you were going to choose the career that you have, or what led you to becoming this singer? And you're having longevity with it too. What led you down this road?
Man, that's a good question, Abe. I'm always asked that question, and I just think back when I was a little boy at 7 years old. So, the book that I wrote that I sent you, I opened that book up with me as a kid, and my mother told me, because I asked her a lot of questions before I wrote my book, she told me she used to listen to all kinds of music when I was in her stomach. And she even sang, but she was very shy because she was initially with the Friends of Distinction. Grazing in the grasses, Gasping. Well, she was with them, and that's when Jim Brown was managing them.
Okay.
So Harry, the leader of the group, said my mother was too shy, and so he replaced her right before that big hit came out. But they used to rehearse in my living room right in LA on Redondo and Pico. We had a
Okay.
little house there. So I think, and my grandmother sang opera,
Hmm.
and all my uncles were musicians. So music was always around. But then I heard, you really got a hold on me. And I'm like, who is this? Smokey Robinson. And so my mother gave me a little record player, and I learned all Smokey Robinson songs, and I taught myself how to really sing just like him. You know that I'm swept for you, baby. I learned all of his stuff. And I taught myself how to sing from 7 years old until 12 years old. So I would, from 7 years old for 5 years, I knew I was so confident. I would go on the block when I finally moved to Pico and Norton.
Hmm.
I would go on the block and around the block and sing for the neighbors, and they would
Hmm.
give me change, and I would go to the record store, buy another Smokey Robinson joint. And then at 12 years old, this five brothers came on the scene, the Jackson Five, and that set extra fire up under me. And that's how I started music.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. The Jackson did sort of like the same thing for me.
Yeah.
It just ignited me in a way that I couldn't explain as a young boy, you
Yeah.
know?
Me too.
And even though I could sing and do all that stuff, Michael really made me want to do
Yeah. Most black people that come from our era, they were influenced by the Jackson
it.
Five, because
Hmm.
who else was out there doing it at a high level like that?
Right.
They was just doing it, and they put a spark in a lot of kids our age. And to end up finally working with them, we'll get to that. But it was a dream come true for me to meet Michael and the family and all that kind of stuff. But in the interim of all that, when I was 14 years old, I started a little group on the street called the Young Gents.
Okay.
It was three of us, and living on Norton and Pico, and I just taught the guys how to sing. And then after a while, my mother said, "You ought to put Raquel in the group." Raquel's my sister. She's a
Okay.
year older, and she's a cross between Shaka Khan and Stephanie Mills.
Okay.
So we were together for 6 years, and Aretha Franklin managed us. Her and Carolyn Franklin. That was a gas. And we played at when Aretha Franklin married Glenn Turman, 1979. We played at their wedding at the Beverly Hills Hotel. That's the greatest thing that came out of our association with Aretha. But I was always at her house in Encino and got to be very good friends with Clarence and Eddie and just hanging out, watching the. It's funny because I was young then and you don't appreciate it. But now that she's gone, I used to just sit there and she'd be on the piano playing. And at that time, she was smoking little cigarettes and just playing. And she'd walk off, get up, take a break, go to the kitchen because she had, every day she would have the catered soul food. She would go and eat a little something, come back, sit down, and I'd be here playing. I'd be here sitting down watching her play and just waiting for Eddie to come down. Of course, Eddie was all over the place. So it took time for him to get down, but I wasn't in no hurry because I'm watching now as an older fella. To think back, you were watching the Queen of Soul play piano. It was just a blessing to see her in her
environment.
At home. Yes, in her environment. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Speaking of Aretha Franklin and Glenn Turman.
Yes.
I danced at her wedding. I was one of the
dancers. Were you at the Beverly Hills Hotel afterwards?
I was there.
You don't remember us singing? And my sister came out singing Inseparable.
Bobcat and I were some of the dancers there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing how things cross.
Yeah.
And I had no idea that none of us knew that. Bobcat didn't know it. We would have talked about it backstage.
Right. Oh, wow.
But it's amazing how small the world is.
Yeah, man. It was a beautiful thing just because it was a big orchestra. Gene Page. And that's funny because it's the first time I met Greg Fillinganes. And Gene Page was directing the orchestra. And we did 4 tunes. And then after us, the Four Tops came on after us, which was wild. It was just a beautiful memory, man. Yeah.
Tell me about that first day you stepped on the lot of KTLA. What was that like? I mean, seeing those lights for the first time on the Soul Train set. Were you like blown away? I mean, how did that feel? Explain that to us.
Abe, the first few times we snuck in. So, because, Pam, she didn't know us. And I think that, so me and Andre Cleveland, Greg Hanley, Rusty, and Daryl Ross, and Herbert Dry, we all went to Dorsey High School together.
Okay.
So we knew, I think we got over a fence or something. And so we were in the bleachers. And we were just trying to stay away from Pam because, she was the one who in charge of the dancers.
Right.
And so I don't think we were there mainly to catch girls. So we wasn't really into dancing, but after a certain while, we got to know everybody. And so when we legitimately went on, we wasn't really into dancing. It was just going down there to see y'all dance, to see the party going on.
Right.
And a couple of numbers we got up, but I didn't know that Andre, because I be seeing tapes now on Facebook, Andre had danced on it before I even met him. Right. And I'm like, wow, Andre was on so, and Greg Hanley too, my best friends. But after that, I must have met him. And that's why I don't know why we had to jump over the fence, because Andre was already on the show. And, him and Jeffrey are like, they call themselves brothers because they were both living in Reverend James Cleveland's house for a minute. But it was just so much fun, as I know you can attest to, dancing on Soul Train, just seeing all the great artists that we grew up listening to. And it was just magical. It was magical those 2 days out of the month, Saturday and Sunday, and we're there all day. And then we go out and party all night after that.
Yes, we did.
So it was truly a blessing. And still to run across the tapes, like I just showed you, me coming down the line, I'm like, who was that? Know? But it was a blessing, man. And then to finally perform on Soul Train, that was like, first I was a dancer, then I performed my first legitimate hit, Sticks and Stones, on Soul Train and fun. And I can't tell you.
What year was that?
1989.
Grady Harrell.
Hey, what you doing? What you doing down there in the audience, man?
These my people, man. My people.
Yeah, it's a wonderful experience to come full circle, and I still look at the tape on Soul Train because those were all my people. So I jumped down in the audience. You seen that tape of me
I
on Soul
think
Train?
so.
And then Don said, "Man, what you doing down in the audience?" I'm like, "Man, these my people," and it was just wonderful, man. It was glorious. It couldn't get any better being kids like we were. What everything that was going on in Los Angeles, there was so much going on. All the bands that played, because I was so into my music and playing with my sister and the other guys that's why another reason why I didn't dance on Soul Train all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just at all the clubs, Mavericks Flat, Total Experience, the apartment, the Persian Room or something. We were dancing at high school after proms, so we were always working. Papa's Results. We were just doing our thing, and so it was a magical time growing up in LA at that time.
From dancing to becoming a recording artist,
Yeah.
how did you shift your voice and style?
So my main influence was Smokey Robinson,
Mm-hmm.
and that's another great question because I listened to old tapes of me. After Smokey, I got so much into the Jackson 5 that my voice started sounding like Michael's,
Right.
and it's just like, so
That's what I remember.
yes. And so when I hear old recordings, even right now, when I'm on stage and I'm not purposely trying to sound like either Jackie Wilson or Sam Cooke or Stevie, just coming into my natural zone when I start ad-libbing, it's Michael again. People's like, you sound just like Michael Jackson. That's just embedded in me, I guess, because I listened to so much of this stuff when we were kids. So I fixed my voice to the point where I can sound like basically anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Marvin Gaye, and that's what I did when I went to Atlanta in September of this year.
Mm-hmm.
I had a one-man show and I did a tribute to all the greatest trailblazing male artists, right? And I came out doing Jackie Wilson, then I went into James Brown, Sam Cooke, Marvin Gaye, Smokey Robinson, Jeffrey Osborne, Michael Jackson. And it was a beautiful show. And so to shift my voice, I could still sound like my boy Smokey. And then Michael is, I think, not only mine, but most people's greatest influence. Besides Smokey, Michael Jackson.
What I didn't tell you guys is Grady is a regular performer in Las Vegas. He does shows there every weekend practically,
Mm-hmm.
and people come from all around to see his show. Yeah, so that's amazing.
Yeah, it's funny. It's fun, but I don't perform every weekend in Vegas. I like to get out of Vegas because the money is not the way it used to be in Vegas. So you have to, like tomorrow, I'm in Palm Springs.
Okay.
Last weekend, I was in Mesquite, Nevada.
Okay.
The weekend before that, I was in Florence, South Carolina with the original founder of the Commodores. His name is Thomas McClary.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got a show called Brick House, and he wrote 3/4 of the song with Lionel Richie.
Right.
And if you go on my Facebook page, you'll see we took a lot of pictures with Thomas. But Thomas lives in Florida now, so he just sent for all of us from Vegas to come, and we did a festival that had so many people you could see it for. They blocked off the streets, but I had to sing all the Lionel Richie songs, and it's just nice being one of the original Commodores and the one who started it all. And so going out of town is so much fun. Vegas, it's changed a whole lot, but I love Vegas. To me, it's better than living at home in Los Angeles. It's a lot cheaper, but the entertainment value is, because we'll be at South Point Casino, which is January 16, 17, 18, doing a tribute to but I'm getting ahead of myself. How did I turn into a tribute artist? Yeah, because I do like a lot of tributes now.
Okay.
Tribute to the Temptations, the Four Tops. Me and my sons do a tribute to the Jacksons. Go figure. I do a tribute to Smokey, to Marvin, to Jackie Wilson, Sam Cooke, so I can I change like a chameleon, and I just go into the artists because their music is still very relevant. All these cats, and there's a market for that, especially in Vegas. Vegas is the tribute city of the world.
A beautiful sight, see. I get so excited, doing her anatomy. She feels, oh, she's sad. Got all the curves of midnight. Ow! She feels, oh, she's stacked. Got all the curves of midnight. Look at her. Ooh, just as hard as she can be. Hey! Ooh, she's bad. Just as fine as she can be. Looks like she born into the clothes she wears. The essence of beauty, she's a lovely hair. She's foxy, classy, oh, sexy, sassy. She's heavenly, a dream for the Odyssey. She feels, oh, she's stacked. Got all the curves of mankind.
I'm stealing something from everybody,
Right.
or I wouldn't even say stealing, borrowing it from everybody.
Right.
And you know who the biggest borrower was in the business? The biggest star in the business, Michael. I mean, he borrowed from Fred Astaire, the Nicholas brothers, so many people that like that backslide, or they call it the moonwalk now.
Right.
Those great black hoofers were doing that in 1930.
Right.
So there's nothing new under the sun. It's just that Michael did it so incredibly. He was a freak of nature.
It was his whole package too, the way he looked.
Yes.
Because to me, Michael was pretty much an awkward dancer.
Yes.
He was pretty awkward, even though he could once he learned it, he could outdance everybody.
Everybody, right.
But he was awkward. Like when I did the Bad video with him, it took us 30 minutes to learn the choreography.
Right.
It took Michael like 3 or 4 days to learn the choreography.
Wow. That's right. I remember you. Yeah, that's right. And you were in the Bad video, right?
Once he got the choreography,
yes,
we had to fight to keep up with him.
See, he was determined. Oh, yes.
All that energy, we had to do that.
Is that right?
Because, I mean, it was like if you didn't jump on, you would be left behind.
Wow, my dude. Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I forgot to ask you about that. Because I always see, I said, there's my dude Abe on there. There's Jeffrey. Or there's Casper was on there too. Casper. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Wow, your history is crazier than mine. That's wild.
Well, but you've been consistent, though. Yeah. That's the difference.
Yes.
You know, I hopped around to different things. But, so how did it change your artistry?
So it made me more determined to do it at a higher level. And now I can just meld into anybody. I can't explain it. It's just, I love all the old artists who laid the foundation for us to sing and dance. So I can just pick and choose who I want to do, and the people flock out to literally see that, to see me do. And what I like to do is to sing the song. I hate to drop the keys. I like to do it in the same key that they recorded it in.
I appreciate that when I watch your videos.
Yeah.
I appreciate that
no
you're
cheating
doing
for
it
me.
in the keys.
Yes. And singing it like except for the vamp, when I get to the end, then I'll turn into make it Grady. But I sing it, the people want to come and
hear the song the way they heard it.
Yeah. I'm not going to rewrite that melody or the way Marvin sang it or Michael sang it. I'm going to sing it like them. And if I want to get creative, I'll wait to the vamp. And then I'll start preaching like a
Michael actually talked about that in one video. He was like, people come to hear the song that they heard on the radio.
That's right.
Don't change the record.
Yeah.
Play that bass the way it's supposed to be played.
Yep.
You know?
Wow.
So, you know, so what you're saying is true.
Yeah, I'm steadily growing. And I'm steadily learning from the young artists like Chris Brown and Bruno Mars and Robin Thicke. I be looking at them too and look at what they're doing. And the greatest singers to me, I know that this is just my opinion, are the gospel singers. The way just the heart felt riffs they be doing. I didn't grow up in a Baptist church.
Right.
So I'm like, they are like singers on steroids because they're so incredibly powerful.
Right.
And that movement, that gospel movement of the great singers like Jay Moss and his cousins, the Clark sisters, and it's just so many of them, Kim Burrell, and on and on and on. These gospel singers are so talented. So I'll listen to the music and I'm like learning, I'm steadily learning. My sister and I, because Raquel lives in Holland now, after her 12-year run with Diana Ross, she met a Dutch husband out there.
Okay.
And so me and her are always talking just like we were kids again.
Right.
What are you doing? She's doing a show out there called Big, Black, and Beautiful. And we talk about the music still to this day like we were kids. So it's just our passion. That's our job. So I want to get better at my job as I get older and be able to look at the audience and see them smiling and feeling all warm. That's when I know I'm doing a good job.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to take a quick break right now to hear from our sponsors, and we will be right back. Today's sponsor is Box Chicken. Thank you so much to all the new subscribers, to all the new viewers for liking and subscribing to the channel. I really, really, really appreciate it. Again, thank you for subscribing to the channel. And Box Chicken, thank you for your sponsorship. All right, sir. We are back. Thank you for coming back with us. And we are going to continue with these hard questions for Grady. I'm just playing. All right, Grady, Legacy of Soul. What do you carry from those Soul Train years into today?
Man, family, first of all, because you yourself know that we were all at that party a couple of months ago now. And just to see how we've all grown up, I mean, we've all gotten a little older, some more than others, but it's still I think you can attest to this, Abe. It's just a family and the memories we had as kids. And I tell you, with every picnic or something, I'll be so busy I can't go to a lot of the picnics, the Soul Train picnics, but just to see people like Sharon Hill and Demita Joe and Thelma and all the Soul Train dancers, Scorpio, all the people that I grew to love as family. And then just like that night, people started making a line after I sang, and they start partying just like Soul Train days. So it just sticks with you until the day you die. We're just always going to be Soul Train dancers. I love it so much. Yeah.
Me too. It's a little weird for me because I feel like I don't know everybody.
Yeah, because you went away for so long.
I was away for so long, so I feel like an outsider, except with the people that know me.
Yes, but see, when I saw you, I'm like, there's Abe. And you were dancing on Soul Train more than me. See, I was just out there, but when I saw you, it just touched my heart. Or I saw Kirkland. And I'm like, because I remember you guys set the tone. Even though you said you wish you had done, I forgot what you said, but I remember seeing you. I'm like, this dude can dance. I'm like, and then I saw you on the Bad video. I'm like, there's Abe in the Bad video. And then I see Kirkland. It just takes me back to my young childhood dancing on Soul Train. So we'll always be a family. And it was, even though you came late to the party, I think you came when it was kind of dark, huh?
Correct.
Yes. And I'd already sang, and it was so magical. But it's just a family being on Soul Train, man. Oh man. And then I think about Don, rest in peace, and the legacy he left behind. And now Tony controls, the legacy. So it's a wonderful thing to see the videos that pop up. Like, wow.
Can you feel it?
What deeper meaning did Soul Train hold for you?
You know, so as you know, I dance on Soul Train, not as much as Sharon Hill or all the rest of the guys who were just or Scorpio, but the few times I danced on there, it just like I said, it's in my heart. And you know, at that time, all entertainers wanted to perform on Soul Train.
Right.
So I got my record deal for art, my second record deal from RCA in 1988.
Okay.
So Sticks and Stones, which reached #4 on the R&B charts, was a hit nationwide, right? So I toured a lot. Thus, I went back to Soul Train to perform on Soul Train. That was like at one of the at the pinnacle of my career. So it was so beautiful to dance on Soul Train and me to be interviewed by Don Cornelius.
My people, man. My people!
Grady, I really want to congratulate you. You know, you developed into a fine artist, and I know I promised you a towel, but, you know.
That's all right.
It's just like me to break a promise, right?
That's cool, man.
Oh, that was kind of low. Congratulations on the new hit for you. This is not your first effort as a recording artist, correct?
No, this is really my second. Did an album previously on Constellation Records, MCA distributed. It went up by that high and flopped.
Well, sounds like you got one now, Grady.
Thanks, son.
Who'd you work with in putting it together?
Stevie Wonder wrote and produced 2 tunes. His proteges, Nathan Watts and James Allen, produced 2. Some friends I went to high school with, Andre Cleveland, Reverend James Cleveland's son, him and Daryl Ross produced that one I just sang, and another one, and Bobby Lyle, his son, Thomas Lyle, him and Gumboss Bordas wrote and produced Fun, and another one. So we had 4 sets of producers.
Sounds great. Must have been fun.
It was so much fun.
We're gonna let you catch your breath a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, Grady?
That'd be great, man.
Come back later and do another one for
Thanks,
us, all right?
man.
And I'm gonna give you a towel, all right?
All right,
I
man. Promise.
Grady
Thanks a lot,
Harrell.
man.
In other people's, I'm telling you, white people, Mexican people, Indian people, they knew that that was the hippest trip in America. And they asked me about it. You danced on Soul Train? And I'm like, well, I did a little more than that in the business. I did do albums and stuff. We don't want to hear about that. We want to hear about how it was dancing on Soul Train. And I tell everybody the same thing. It was a party.
Right.
And for those 2 days out of the month, and what did we record 4 shows in 2 days? So that was my childhood, just like it was yours and everybody else's. So that's a part of my DNA. And I loved it, you know, and to meet and work with people like Jody Wadley and Jeffrey Daniel and you know, oh man, Jermaine Stewart, just so many of our people that set the stage for Soul Train. And I'm just glad to be a part of that.
What is the next chapter for Grady? What story do you still want to tell through your art?
I just, you know, I live my life from day to day. I hate making plans because my son, Lil Grady, always says something. I know he stole that from John Lennon. He says, Dad, life is what happens to you when you're busy making other plans. I've made so many plans, Abe, to be a big rock star. And I tell you, something comes around the corner and it hits me like, how did I get here? I never knew in my life growing up in Los Angeles that I would be a tribute artist.
Right.
You know, the record business is a crapshoot.
Right.
I put out albums, RCA Records, MCA, and it's a crapshoot. 1 in like 10,000 artists make it to the big time.
Right.
Had I made it to the big time, I would probably be dead right now.
Right.
Because I used to pray to God all the time. I want to be a big star. And I look back over my life, I know I would be dead.
Right.
Because the way we used to party,
Right.
I would definitely be dead. I never did drugs, but the alcohol kind of got, you know, out of, you know, you get drunk when you go out with your friends. And I probably would have died of alcoholism. But I've been free of alcohol and I feel like a kid again. But I don't make plans. Jobs come in, people call me, and they see most of my videos online, and they're like, oh, so I'm doing what I love to do as my job. I can't even express to you how I feel that I'm doing a tribute to all of my heroes, the Temptations, the Four Tops, because Motown changed my life. Like it changed so many young Black kids' lives. And so I just wait for the calls to come in. My schedule is so busy. And it's just such a blessing to have people call me and pay me to do tributes to all the fallen heroes. Most of them are dead who recorded those hit records from Motown. So I'm just so happy. And like how it opened up for me when they did the Jackson 5 life story. I'm taking all my sons and daughters and nieces, because Tony Jones used to represent me. Tony Jones is the cousin of Suzanne DePaz.
Okay.
Suzanne and Jermaine was producing the miniseries of Jackson's American Dream.
Okay.
So I'm taking all my sons to the auditions, and the last day of the callback after callback, they said, we want to see maybe little Grady playing Jackie, Anthony maybe playing Michael, and on with my sons, and we want to see you. I'm like, me, I didn't audition. Well, Jermaine said you look a lot like Jackie Wilson. Do you know any of his tunes? I lied and said yes. So they said, okay, come back tomorrow and prepare a tune. And I kind of knew, your love lifting it. I kind of knew that one because it was a crossover hit for Jackie. And I went down. Michael's mother was there. Michael Peters was there. Jermaine was there with his girlfriend at the time, Margaret, who also was producing that miniseries. And Miss Jackson was there. And then Michael Peters left and was going out teaching the kids something. So I got up and sang that song. And I kind of turned my collar up because Jackie taught Elvis some steps. He taught Elvis a lot of things, how to move. And I got the gig. So I played Jackie Wilson on the Jackson miniseries because Jermaine said my brother loved Jackie Wilson. And he loved watching him and James Brown from the side of the stage. So he said, I think it's a great thing to have Jackie Wilson in there. So I did it, and it aired in August of 1992.
Come out of here on the floor. Let's rock some more. Come out of here on the floor. Honey, let's rock some more, yeah. Now when you get out here, don't you have no fear. Put your hands over your hips and let your backbone slip and work out. Move up. Honey, move back. Shuffle to the left. Shuffle to the right. Yeah. Now it's plain to see it could hurt no need, but it's a natural fact. I like it like that, so work out. Yeah, baby, work out. Honey, work out. Baby, work out. Shot and turn the joint out. Yeah. Oh, work out. Oh, work out. Oh, work out. Oh, work out.
And after that, people started calling me from around the country to do tribute to Jackie Wilson.
Wow.
So then I really had to learn all of his songs. And so when you see me online sing Jackie Wilson, so I did that for years. Then I told myself, why stop at Jackie Wilson? I can do all these voices.
Right.
I can do Sam Cooke, all those things. And that's how I got into doing tribute acts. And I didn't know that there was so much money into doing tribute acts. And that's what I'm doing now. I still record, but now it's like the recording business is nothing like it used to be because you got to get 1 billion streams to make, I think, $7,000, something crazy.
It's crazy.
It's still
That's
a rip-off
why Justin
business.
Bieber is doing he's streaming his life.
Oh, that's what he's
and
doing.
He's monetizing it.
Nice.
And he's making all the money, introducing new songs.
Wow.
Everything is coming to him because Spotify wasn't paying. Like you just said, what they get paid,
right,
which is nothing.
That's a joke.
Right.
So why would I want to put money I love recording. My voice has not gotten weaker. It's gotten stronger because I continue to use it.
Right.
But man, I'm not going to record nothing and put it on no Spotify or iTunes because they get the money. Why would I want somebody to control me? Something's going to change again because now all the artists are getting mad at Spotify and iTunes.
Right.
And something's going to happen and it's going to turn it all the way around. But I got some wonderful songs that I recorded, but I'll just wait. Or like you said, what I do after all of my shows, I do sell even though they're CDs, people love a keepsake.
Right.
So I have merchandising after the show and I go out, meet and greet and sell my CDs and it's just independent artists.
That is so good.
Yeah.
My daughter did, she was in a tribute band.
Yeah.
For like 3 years. Yeah, she did that and it was fun for her.
Yeah.
After her record deal ended, she did 3 years.
Wow. Yeah, it's so much fun. And I relive my childhood singing these tunes that I grew up,
right.
So I love it. And I got to meet wonderful artists like Smokey Robinson, who influenced me at first, and working with all the Jacksons. Everybody came to the set except Michael. Mm-hmm. I met Michael on other occasions, but just working with them, people that I admired so much, to be on the set of the miniseries and to see Angela Bassett playing Miss Jackson. It is just, it's all these memories are beautiful to me. So I made it. I don't have to have $1 million in the bank or people idolizing me, which I think is not cool, because God gets jealous about that. He's the only one that you should idolize. But I don't want nobody falling over. It's great entertaining, Abe. And then seeing the people and then meeting and greeting them and they just telling you, thank you so much. You took me back to my childhood.
Right.
Have a good night. I'm going to go home and watch some old movies.
Right.
I don't want to go out. Our partying days, as you know, that's over with.
That's right.
All the partying we used to do as kids in Los Angeles it's just undescribable. Right. Partying and dancing. But that's when partying was so much fun. Right now, it's
these kids don't know.
They don't know, man. So I'm so happy living the life that I'm living and serving my God, Jehovah. Mm-hmm. And that's my first love, just learning about the Bible and his purpose for mankind and preaching the good news to other people. That's my whole life. Singing comes first. Right. Comes second. And I love just living my life as an entertainer. Yep.
Well, thank you so much for coming on Abe Clark's World. I appreciate you.
Man, we found. Yeah, anytime, that's right. Man. Yep, definitely.
And thank you all for watching this episode. And we will see you next time on Abe Clark's World. Peace out. Thank you for liking and subscribing to the channel.